Good morning. Allo, allo, allo. Yes, she can. There, Bucky. Yes, she can. Top of the Mormon to you. Oh, we got a V. We got honkers. You hear them? We got honkers. Lord of Duck? No, this is Lord of Goose that found me. Lord of Duck's main rival, Lord of Goose. Dude, look at that. What a morning. We got the geese, and now we got ourselves a nice little diesel electric. Paul, do you think cryogenics will be a thing in our lifetime? Will we be able to freeze ourselves? I don't know, man. Like I don't really think so. Oh. Yeah, the future does look pretty fucking bleak. What kind of cybernetics from Cyberpunk do you reckon you would have if they were real? I don't know them all yet. Like I said, I'm still pretty early in the game, so I'm not 100% sure like what's even on offer. Yeah, I probably need to get some glasses, Missy. Probably about time I go get some glasses. For a second, I shall be gone. right down to the wire, even through the fire. Do. Turn me up, man. That's my Kanye impression, by the way. How did I do? They didn't want us to rap, man. Doctor, wired my jaw shut. Told me I probably wouldn't even talk for weeks. But man, you know I just had to spit this fire. Turn me up. Oh man, dude. What an origin story, though, for a rapper. You gotta give him that. Yes, I do like cats. Cats don't like me, usually, but I like cats. Cricket loves me, but he's the only cat that does. Vosh bun. Vosh has the sides of his head shaved. Vosh has got like a faux hawk, half-committed bun. This is an actual man bun, okay? Vosh has got half a bun. So, what's the biggest pet you would feel safe having? A blue whale, I would think. A blue whale. What about you? Yeah, Squex loved me until he hated me. Squex loved me until he figured out that he wasn't in charge of me, that I was in charge of him, that I could kick him out of the room, and then he was like, fuck you then. And we flipped like that, you know? Endless options for renewal. Endless options for renewal. Endless options for renewal. I've renewed your contract for a further 50 cycles. How's Wyoming? It's cold. It's cold. And quiet right now. Just the birds. Wyoming. What's Wyoming, dude? Did I just cuss in Chinese and not know it? Did I just say some horrible thing? I probably did. Somebody probably tricked me into saying some horrible racist thing in Chinese. Da-da. Da-da. Hey, da-da-da. I'm sick of coming and doing these and having like 28 parents that show up. You shouldn't be talking. Take your fucking advice and stick it. I'm a grown-ass man. I do what I fucking please. I do as I please. Take this job and shove it. I ain't working here no more. I don't see MAGA flags anywhere. For Boogie 2988, blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. Somebody fucking blocked you. That's good. Othello's on top of it. I would like to see you with your pipe. That pipe really suits you. Okay, well, you would like to see me. I'd like to see you do a backflip. How about that? I'd like to see you do a backflip, son. I guess I'm lagging if you were able to see that comment. Well, just for a second. Health insurance company tried to deny payment for my knee surgery. It almost cost me 50 grand, but the surgeon cucked them hard because he knew I wouldn't have the cash and only insurance could pay or copay. Did the surgeon cuck them? That's not usual. I'd like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard. I would like to see how your hair would fare in a blizzard. Trump has started to call me Snow Woman, which I think is pretty funny. So when I saw him, I told him, I would like to see how your hair fares in a blizzard. I would like to see how your hair fares in a blizzard. Boomers roasting boomers, volume 6. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's your boy Conde to the Chi-Town. What's going on? How would Donald Trump's hair fare in a blizzard? I don't know. Probably not well, I'd guess. I'm guessing it would fare poorly in a blizzard. Well, that's just me. Paul, if you had a robot army to take over the world, but a trope of neoliberal teenagers that believed in the power of friendship and capitalism came after you, what? I would use my robot to destroy them. My robot army to destroy them and crush them. It's not whisk stir, it's whip, 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 whip stir. Whip, whip, stir, whip, whip, stir. A whip and a stir and a whip and a stir. Cooking can be fun. You whip and you stir. Whip and stir. Whip, whip, stir. Whip, whip, stir. Whip, whip, stir. Whip, whip, stir. What was your rental movie of choice when you were a kid? I rented different movies every time. I always wanted to see more movies, but I would go back and get, like, I would rent Pumpkinhead quite often. I'd get, like, Demon Wind, which is one that I haven't seen in a long time. I remember liking that movie when I was a kid. My parents had a few movies on VHS, too. So, I could pop in a few movies. The Great Reset? I don't know what the Great Reset is, dude. You'll have to... Oh, are you talking about like the big crunch? So we're talking about like the Big Bang followed by a big crunch that resets the universe to its initial conditions, and then it starts over again. Like the endless loop. The Great Reset is a climate thing. Oh, then I don't know what it is. Are you gonna get the vaccine as soon as you're offered, or are you gonna wait for a while? As soon as I can get it, I'm gonna go get it. Soon as I can get it, I'm gonna go get it. And you probably sure too. Oh boy. It's gonna be a long one. This one had 4 engines pulling it. Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh damn, some good graffiti too. Yup. He didn't come off as. What are you talking about, Pranav? I don't think he came off as arrogant yesterday. I don't remember it anyway. So if you did, then I don't remember you being arrogant. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Oh, when you said Prague was a small trip. Oh, I just thought that was funny. No harm, no foul. Pompous buffoon. Yeah, you tell him, shrunken presence. You tell him. Bet you can't wait to hug Chijay again. Chijay does give good hugs. He's one of the few people in the world that I can give a hug to, and I feel like the girl in the hug. Not to be gendered, but I feel like the one that's being protected instead of the one that is scooping up and doing the protecting. Gay? Yeah, a little bit. You see my new cornrows? What do you guys think? No, my hair's just in a bun, dude. I just got out of the shower. So this is what you do with your hair after you get out of the shower. Do you think TJ could carry you? I know he could pick me up. Because when we first met, he cracked my back. He did that whole grab you around your chest and pick you up thing. So if he could pick me up off the ground, then he could probably carry me a little ways at least. Yeah, he gave me from a little bit, you grab somebody around the waist from behind and kind of get your arms around their chest, and then you give them the old 1-2. Could he sweep you off your feet though, like the full blown Probably not. No, I would guess not. I would guess I would probably hit the ground really hard if you try to do that. I'm a skinny wisp of a man. He could be my steed with ease. He could. A Highdeology dojo? Or what? Where I'm doing like kung fu? Who's the most volatile Kirk brother? Volatile? I mean, I've known volatile people, so I wouldn't say either Kirk brother is what I would call volatile. I mean, you know, there's a documentary about the fall of Enron called The Smartest Guys in the Room. And in that documentary, excuse me, it talks about Jeff Skilling, who was one of the CEOs of Enron, and how he liked quote unquote guys with spikes when it comes to hiring people, guys with spikes. What he meant by that was he liked guys that had something extreme about their personality, whether it was being prone to outbursts or mental problems, or he felt that those people were the creative type of people that he wanted to surround himself with. And I think that TJ and Scotty and myself are guys with spikes. He was right. Well, his decision making based upon that tore his company to shreds. So maybe he wasn't right. Because his assuredness and that business kind of precept and his assuredness in himself was what destroyed that company. Something to think about. And then, my friend, he died. And then, my friend, you die. The Rains of Castamere. Oh, yeah. Song thing from Game of Thrones. When you have less stuff, it's easier to move. Indeed. That is a good thing to remember. If you plan on being a person that moves quite a bit, you might want to eschew your desire to accumulate many, many things. Because the more things you have, the harder it is for you to move from one place to the next. much attachment to society do you feel you have left? Attachment? Total. Total. I'm still 100% dependent on society. There's still things about society that I love. I still fill my day with things that are products of the culture and society that we live in. I'm no farther from it than you. Yeah, TJ showed showed me some of the behind the scenes stuff from The Mandalorian, where they're starting to forgo the use of green screens and they're using these camera reactive LED screens. And it is pretty fucking crazy. These big, giant, curved LED screens over the top of things and all around the scene. Crazy stuff. Next gen shit, for sure. And hopefully, you know, a little less obtrusive than green screen is. Like maybe actors will be able to like react to the things around them. You know? I haven't seen The Mandalorian yet. It's on my list of shit to do, but you know, I'll see it eventually. I'm kind of going to wait and make sure it doesn't like fall off hard after the second season, and then I'll jump in and I'll watch that shit. I just don't want to get involved with a show that turns out to be shit. I made that mistake once in my life. I started watching Dexter when it was brand new. And so I was waiting for every new episode of Dexter, right? Oh, yeah, what's going to happen? Season 1, awesome. Season 2, pretty awesome. Season 3, okay, it was okay. Maybe season 4. Click. Watched about 2 episodes of season 4, and I was like, and I'm done. Yeah, The Matrix 4. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. Season 4 is hands down the best season. I don't know, dude. It fell off for me. Maybe it wasn't 4, maybe it was 5. That's possible. That's totally possible. It has been many, many years since I watched Dexter. So maybe I watched through season 4 and then in season 5 was the one that like John Lithgow. Oh yeah. Well, I remember that season. So I watched that season. So if that's 4, then it was 5 that I felt. Whatever. That show fell off. I think there's 7 seasons of it, and the last like 3 of them are. I'm not gonna watch Clone Wars, dude. People evangelize that fucking show so hard, and I just don't want it. I don't want it, dude. I don't want a Star Wars laser fucking 3D Pixar cartoon. I'm sorry. I don't want to do it, dude. Can't do it. Not interested in doing it. People evangelize that shit way too fucking hard. See, I'm picky about shows. That's why, like, I still haven't seen Breaking Bad, is because my initial feelings about a show are very important to me. And my initial feelings about Breaking Bad was this show is going to be really depressing. And am I wrong? That I watched the first, like, 3/4 of the first episode of Breaking Bad, and it was an incredibly depressing show. And I was just like, I really don't want to be depressed for like 10 seasons. I really don't want 10 seasons of watching a dude's fucking life fall apart. You know, and maybe that has a lot to do with the fact that, you know, I recently, and when I say recently, I mean about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago, watched The Sopranos for the first time. I'd never seen The fucking Sopranos. And that's basically what The Sopranos is. It was fucking brilliant, but it's basically a very depressing show about watching people's lives fall apart from different angles and for different reasons. You know, and like the shows that I like to watch are a little more like, I don't know, lighthearted, or at the very least, like episodically reset. Like I like shows that are different every episode. Maybe different characters every episode, or different tone. Certainly, I like shows that don't marry themselves to one tone season after season. I like shows that change, defy my expectations and shit. And I really felt like I could see and feel the trajectory of Breaking Bad, which I know very little about and knew very little about going in. But I just felt like, okay, so this guy gets cancer, has nothing to lose, and becomes a drug dealer, and slowly but surely destroys his own family with his hubris because he feels unaccountable because he's going to die anyway. Now, maybe I'm wrong about that assumption, but that's what I feel like that show's going to be. Yeah, that's a gross oversimplification. Well, I mean, I kind of felt that radiating off the show in the first half of the first episode. So if that's what the show is basically it, then I really don't want to do it, you know? Like, or at the very least, I'm in no fucking rush to try it. Let's put it that way. It shows a normie turn into a badass. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's cool. Like I said, I'll watch it one of these days. Eventually, I'll sit down and I'll watch it. My wife says it's good too. She's seen it. She recommends that I watch it. She's usually right. She was the one that got me into American Horror Story, which I had dismissed as like just total shit. Like she showed me a later season of American Horror Story because I told her, like, I tried to watch Murder House and it just got too stupid for me. And she was like, let's just watch this season. We watched Freak Show. And I was like, holy shit. This show is brilliant. And I went back and watched Murder House and I was like, holy shit, I was an idiot. Well, for me, my favorite season so far, and I still have two to watch. I haven't seen Apocalypse and I haven't seen 1984. So I've seen Murder House, I've seen Asylum, I've seen Freak Show, I've seen Coven, I've seen Roanoke. Am I missing one? Cult. And I've seen Cult. So that's where I stopped. Yeah, I was living in the New Orleans area when I watched Coven, so that part of it was kind of neat. But Coven is definitely my least favorite season so far, without a doubt. It was a little too Harry Potter dark for me. I don't know how else to put it. But it was fun. I don't regret watching it. There's a lot of good character turns. Angela Lang is really good in it, or not Jessica Lang, not Angela Lang. Jessica Lang is really good in it. Precious is horrible in it. I can't hang with Precious being in it. And I know Precious shows up in other ones too. But there was too much Precious in Coven for me. Yeah, too much Precious, dude. Tried watching Coven and it turned me off the whole show. Just skip Coven, dude. Like don't let Coven turn you off the whole show. Skip Coven and watch one of the other seasons, trust me. There's too much Precious in Coven. I can't watch somebody stand there and not act. I do not understand how that woman got a fucking career. Like, I don't care about her body size or whatever the fuck, but I do not understand how that woman got a career. She cannot act. She is so flat in that show and so like scripty. Like, you can just tell that she's like reading the script off of a teleprompter off screen in a lot of scenes and shit. It's horrible. She really can't act well. I think she can't. Roanoke intrigues me. I'm from North Carolina. I remember learning about that colony from school. Oh yeah, Roanoke is definitely not the season that I would start with because it goes a completely different tonal direction than any other season. So I mean, I guess that's true of every season of American Horror Story. So go ahead and start with it if you want. Like, if Roanoke intrigues you, go ahead and start with it. Just know that the other seasons are nothing like Roanoke, you know? Don't get your expectations lined up behind that kind of presentation because it changes season to season. If you watched all the YouTubers who basically talk over movies, step 1, put movie in background, step 2, talk, step 3, have no talent. That I really don't see a lot of people on YouTube that can play movies. Usually you can't have movies. So no. I think I like Queenie's character, but maybe they could have found a better actress for her. I love the interplay between her and the old slave bitch they dug up. Yeah, that was cool. But for me, that was cool because of Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates, like putting Kathy Bates across from somebody, and I'm not trying to be overly mean to the lady in question, but she just like it stuck out like a sore thumb. She's just not a great performer, and she's in the room with a lot of really great performers. Jessica Lang, fucking Kathy Bates, fucking Angela, what's her name? Angela Bassett. These women are the real deal. The real deal. All 3 of those women that I just mentioned, when it comes to actresses, are the real deal. And you can't put somebody who's like got a fucking really bad, she's just bad. You can't put somebody bad in the room with people like that and not have it stick out. Sarah Paulson, exactly. Another. It was sad of me to not mention her. And who's the what's the lady's name that plays the kind of nature witch in that season? Because she plays the nurse in Asylum as well. She's amazingly talented too. I just cannot for the life of me remember her name. Lily Rabe. Yeah. Yeah. No, she's dope. So you've got this huge pool of talent surrounding the actor. You know, I can't remember the actress's name, but Precious. And it didn't work for me. It was a major drag on the season. The majority of people on that show are a slam dunk. Oh yeah, dude, no joke. You're not fucking kidding. You're absolutely right. I don't know all their names, but the recurring gentleman, he plays the fucking hotel owner in Hotel. I missed Hotel, by the way, when I was talking earlier. That was the one I missed. I've seen that one too. Played the hotel owner in Hotel, the main character in Freak Show. What's his name? Gabourey Sidibe, that is her name. That's a really cool name. You can't take that from her. Evan Peters. Dude is hot as fuck and a quadruple threat type of actor. He's great. Like, you can tell he has so much fucking fun doing the show. Like, that's what I love so much about the show is, like, you can tell in most of the seasons, if not all of them, that the people doing the show are just having a fucking blast doing the show. Hotel owner guy's accent is awesome. Yeah, that's like American transatlantic accent, they call it. It was very popular in the 20s for people to take that affectation. Well, I mean, we kind of know it best from the radio voice, but people took that affectation a lot. Like, we hear that radio voice speaking like that. What you're hearing is the American transatlantic accent, which is pretty much dead now, but which was very, very popular in the early 20th century. Oh, the humanity! Giant Zeppelin crashes in Germany. Thousands thought to be dead. Highdeology is more meditative than those 2-hour space ambient tracks. That's right, bro. That's what we do here. We're here to meditate on existence and watch the sun come up together and sometimes watch it go down together too. That's what we do. Slow or fast, slow or fast. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Waiting for someone. Where's the pipe? It's a little too cold for me to enjoy the pipe this morning. It's got to like warm up a little bit. Like, the pipe in the cold for me is just very, I don't know. It's no bueno. Like, comfortable. You want to be comfortable. Like, I don't smoke indoors. So, it's got to be like a comfortable temperature outside. And right now, like, it's comfortable for me because I'm all bundled up, but it's still cold enough to where I have to put my hands in my pockets every once in a while, and I can do that. But with the pipe, you always got to be babysitting it, Yeah, you're supposed to be cozy when you got a pipe. And it's not cozy out. Don't smoke indoors, an aristocrat. Well, I just don't. I know a lot of people do, or some people do anyway. I don't. You're dabbed. You're dabbed out. It's a little early to be dabbed out, isn't it? Naughty, naughty boy. Naughty, naughty boy. Smoking outside is part of my morning routine. The outside air is part of the process for me. It's like it's a newer part of my process, but it is a part of my process now. Coming out here in the mornings and just kind of absorbing and soaking up all of this nice morning air, watching the sun kind of get brighter, watching all the little creatures come out, and yakking with you guys. You didn't drink enough water after having a few glasses of Fireball. That'll always get you, dude. I'm telling you, the hangovers are 100% preventable. I always tell people, all you got to do is force yourself to slug like a whole glass of water at night before you go to bed, and then pour another one and slug like half of that. You know, like really force yourself to kind of like push the limits, overindulge a little bit in water. Just like guzzle some water right before bed. Take a whole glass down, at least 2 big old glasses if you can. Paul, I grew up on you, TJ, and Scotty on DP from like age 15. I'm 22 now. I love DFF also. Thanks for being great, man. I hope you're enjoying life. That's cool. That's cool, man. That's cool, and that's kind of scary. Dude, you're a rare breed. A rare breed indeed. If your psyche was infested with like me, TJ, Scotty, Ben, DP, DFF, that was like a background radiation for you during that developmental period in your brain, what have we done to you? I've been watching TJ since I was 16, and you since I was 19. Jesus. Dated. Look how old I am. Paul just had the lyrics, and then one day you find 10 years have gone behind you flash through his head. Yeah. Yeah, dude, what the fuck? That is something that is really true about the human condition that I really cannot warn you young 20-something folks enough about. A whole decade of your life can go by in a blink. A blink. Been doing a lot of reminiscing lately. Some of it with you, some of it with my wife, just talking about my childhood, discussing like things that I've seen in my life. I think 40 does that to you, so you guys will have to come along on that ride with me until I get nostalgia burned. But there are things that happened in my life 8-10 years ago that in my mind feel as fresh as yesterday. There are things that happened 20 years ago in my life that in my mind feel as fresh as if they happened 10 years ago or 5 years ago. And there are things that happened 30 or more years ago in my life that feel like they're only 10, 15, 20 years distant. The way that time stretches as you age and that experience accumulates is fucking scary. Because it's like a gas pedal in terms of our perception of like life. When I was a kid, I remember summer was forever. Like that was the highlight of your year, was getting through that school year, because summer was fucking forever. That like whatever you got, I can't remember, like a month and a half, 2 months worth of summer vacation was eternal. It's like half your year, it felt like. I don't even remember anything remarkable about my last summer. I'm sure there's a lot of remarkable things that happened. But you see what I mean? It was because I was young, because I hadn't accumulated so much experience. And so every year felt like forever. And it seemed to be backed up by the growth of my body. You know what I mean? Every year you would get bigger, and it was like, oh, yeah, it took forever. I've grown an inch, and grown 2 inches this year. And you know, and then when that stops and you start just accumulating, you start existing, not growing. A lot of it is my fault, honestly. Because I really did just exist for a long time. I made the choice to. I thought that's what you were supposed to do. And as a result of that, when it comes to whole swaths of time in my head, one day is another day. Pretty sad. The roosters. Right, our experience of the passage of time seems to accelerate, but we experience 5 minutes at the same rate, right? That's what you're saying? Right. Eskimo time. Time to bundle it. Heavy topic for this early. I don't know. I tend to think that starting the day with a heavy topic is a good thing. Prepares you for the little annoyances of the day. Wake up, smoke, existential crisis, sleep, repeat. Yep. Yeah. Carpe diem, boys. I'm already a ghost. My prime is over. I'm on that slow and steady decline. Carpe diem. Don't give 10 years of your life to other people's expectations. Seize the day. Be your own person. I got the news. One of my friends overdosed around this time last week. You're shattered. Carry Narcan. Yeah, dude, that sucks. Sorry. Poopy doopy. See this channel in DFF only growing, really. Well, as we grow, we grow. One of the things that I wish I could go back and tell my 20-year-old self is that nothing in your life is permanent. Not necessarily people, but the things, the place you are. I had this real sense that I needed to find a place and set down roots, and I did that really early. I bought my first house at 21 years old on Starbucks money, which goes to show you how much the world has changed in a short 20 years and how robbed you should feel because it was possible. It wasn't a big giant house, it was a condo, but I owned it. I owned a condo in Fresno, and I owned that condo and lived in that condo for years and years and years and years and years and years and years, and so many years of my life went by in that condo. And I was pretty miserable there. Not necessarily miserable there, but miserable in my job. Like, it's okay to go out and exist for a while. It's okay to make some crazy decisions about your life, because what people see as crazy decisions will be normal decisions to you as time goes on. There's a heavy societal expectation on people to find a good mate and settle down and get a good job and just buy a house. And I'm telling you, man, for a lot of people, that ain't it. You may wake up one day and look around your life and say, "This is not my beautiful wife. These are not my beautiful children. This is not my beautiful life. This is not my beautiful home. How did I get here?" Letting the days go by. Yeah, appropriate song. Amen. Started transitioning. It was a big step. Had to stand up for myself, but it's made my life so much better. Be yourself, everyone. Fucking A, Sierra. Well, congratulations, first of all, and then fucking A. That's awesome news. And it really is something that you gotta do. Not necessarily transition, but be yourself. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Allow yourself to do stupid things. Not necessarily dangerous things, but things that other people tell you are stupid or inadvisable, like moving across the country to a place that you don't know, or, moving with a friend that moved away. You know what I mean? If you get the chance to do these types of things and everybody around you is telling you, no, settle down, like that's them preaching the fucking narrative of our culture at you. And you don't have to do those things. Your youth and beyond is a time for you to explore. Yeah, feel out the corners of your cage. Explore all the little pockets of space in it. Oh, the stripe of light. Well, I did camping like that, like what you described, a few days under the sky with no interwebs and shit. I did a lot of that when I was a kid and a teenager. I have not in my adult life done many tent on the ground, wilderness style, stay out, in the woods for 5, 6 days camping. Um, in fact, I don't think I've done it as from like 25 and on. It's something I hope to remedy soon. Just to get away from the noise of it all and get some real genuine non-digital fucking connection with the world kind of stuff. Because here, I mean, you guys can hear it now. It's like serendipitous that two cars should pass. But it's like here, I've got this little belt of green wild space. But just beyond its borders are other people like me with cars and agendas and jobs to go to and things to go about today. And so the noise of that, and then of course I live not in, but relatively near to a decently sized town. And I can hear the sounds of it. And then of course there's the noise of planes going overhead. And then of course the train that visits us. And there are places that I could go 3-4 hours away, maybe even less, an hour away, where there would be none of that ambient noise or very little of it. And I could turn off my phone and just exist. And I think it's like a reset that needs to happen. So I'm looking to make something like that happen this year. Well, you know what I mean, in the next year of time, not necessarily in 2020. But you get what I'm saying, right? I understand that it's almost a new year. So in the next year of time, I'm hoping that I get a little camping getaway. Yeah, humanity doesn't need my genes either, dude. Paul, you got a spider web on your hoodie. I think that's a hair, bro. Let me see. That's a hair. Do you think there was anything wrong with a 1 or 2 child policy, like morally? No, not at all. I don't think it's an infringement on people's rights to limit their reproduction to 1 or 2 children. I think it's an infringement on a world that is already overstuffed with people to have more than that. So How can you enforce how many kids people can have? Once you've had a child, you're fucking sterilized. That's enforcement. It's like, my biological fucking drive is more important than everybody else's need to have a fucking planet. Shut up. Forced sterilization. What? Oh, no. Yo, you can only have one kid. Oh, no. It's fucking the Nazis again, bro. They're back, bro. Shut up. It's like maybe your biological imperative to force your loins into the world, but it ain't your right. Or at least it shouldn't be. Pumping out a unit, yeah. China's one-child policy caused parents to abort baby girls. Well, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, there's got to be something in place, obviously, to keep that type of shit from happening. You have one kid. Whatever you get, you get. You don't get to have fucking infinite abortions until you get what you want. You get pregnant once and you decide, like, I want an abortion. Or I want to have a kid. And then you're told the gender information about your kid. You're not allowed to change your mind. And then you fucking go on. You have your one kid. And then your tubes are tied. What if the kid dies a month after being born? C'est la vie, dude. I don't know what to tell you. Do you allow twins? I guess, if they're naturally occurring. No more of these, like, fertilization treatment twins, though. No more of that shit. No more of these in vitro twins. No more fertility treatment twins. No more octuplets and shit. What if the child has a severe developmental deformity? That's that you decided to roll the dice and have a child. You know that that's part of the fucking process. You don't just get to throw away a child like a piece of trash because it has a developmental or physical deformity. That's your one kid. Fuck you. What if my child comes out imperfect? Can I have another try at it? Fuck you. No. There's a billion fucking children in the world. Adopt. Nah, adoption ain't it. I raise my own chains. Yeah, see? My loins are super important. I gotta make sure that my dumbass fucking genes get passed on down. I can't adopt no other child that ain't of my own loins. I'm a selfish piece of shit, and I got special people living in my balls that just need to be brought into the world, and I ain't raising nobody else's stock. The fuck out of here, dude. Insecure fuck. My babies. If you have a kid in 2020, you're just selfish. That kid is almost certainly going to grow into terrible living conditions. Stop having children, for fuck's sake. I mean, I don't know that now is the best time to be bringing a kid into the world. I tend to agree with you. My DNA is special. My loins must be expressed. Dogs are better than kids. Maybe so. I don't know. Stay right there. I gotta get something to drink. I'll be right back. Whoa. Okay. I have found the little stripe of shade. I cannot deviate from said shade. You're thinking about converting to Judaism? Thoughts? None. I don't care. Go do whatever you want to do. The world is ending. You better prepare. Prepare your immortal soul in whatever way you feel appropriate. Because things are slowly but surely tumbling down. So that's why people are getting so far. They are preparing. Maybe so. Or getting so fat. Is that what you meant? Fat? That too. packing on them pounds for the coming nuclear winter. What's the end gonna look like? Go to the nearest window and take a look. This is what the end looks like. This is end game capitalism. See? More resources being moved. More resources being moved to support the unsustainable. More proof that we are living in ways that require a profound amount of goods to be moved into our cities. Endless, endless, endless goods. Endless resources. Every car loaded to the max. 4 diesel electric train cars pulling at their maximum fucking capacity, just still going. Still going. More, 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 more. Give us more. Give us more. We need more. More. More cars. More cars. More cars. More cars. More cars. More cars. And there's the end. But another one will be by shortly. Ever reluctant to be a consumer? I mean, only in the cursory way that I wish that there was a way for me to live and not be a consumer. Impossible. Yeah. Impossible. Yeah, dude, the Disney Plus shows are coming to save the day. We just did a piece of content. I don't know when it'll come out. The other day, where we spent 2 hours, I think, going over all of the new Disney Plus shows and speculating about what they might be and talking about what's known about them and stuff. And it was fucking insane. Oh, it already came out? All right. Yeah, I knew it was going to come out quick because it's one of those things we can't really like sit on like an egg. It's relevant now, so. It's fucking crazy. It was really, really crazy to look down the barrel of all of that and to realize that that's happening in the midst of all of this death. All of this fucking economic uncertainty, all of this job loss, and these giant fucking corporations are churning out that. Insane, dude. The biggest companies make money off of you eating and watching shows and never leaving the house, yeah. 'Tis true, 'tis true. Dude, Lord of Duck laying down the law. I agree, Lord. It's an old meme. Oh boy. Thoughts on Dune releasing to streaming services? I'm fine with it. Like, I got to be honest with you. I think that's the new normal, and I think that we just need to get used to it. Like, you ever go on sites well signed out and see what all the normies live in? I check like trending on Twitter to see that shit. And you know what the normies are doing right now? Sports. If you go on Twitter right now and don't look at the trending for you shit, because that'll be based on the shit that you watch. Go just to trending. And 9 times out of 10, it's sports. In America, at least. Football, yeah, college football, professional football. We got our FUBA. Everything back to normal. Everything's back to normal. We got our FUBA back. There's plenty of FUBA to watch now. Thank goodness. The country's back. Trump bring back the FUBA. Oh, the FUBA, the Bears, the Raiders. You know what I mean? Who that there don't look them Saints? Who that? You know what I mean? FUBA. Everything's okay. Everything's normal. It's FUBA. FUBA. Oh boy. Yeah. The world is literally dying around us, but at least there's FUBA, you know? At least there's FUBA. At least we got FUBA. Who that there that don't like them Saints? Oh, I know another one that you love, Meds. Go, but spelled Geaux, or pro, spelled Preaux, you know, or whatever. Show. Come to the show, Meds. SH. How would you do that? SHAUX or whatever. Pro life, yeah. I never have to see it again. Never again. Oh my God, man. That was the lamest thing about living in Louisiana was the fucking come to the show. Yeah. Oh my God. I can't afford a GoPro. I know, dude. Me neither. It is French. It's like, look, dude, there's a lot of like obviously French influence in the uh, New Orleans area, but that's how 90% of the people in New Orleans express it by spelling something with AUX, EAUX, Cajun French, right? Don't ya know? Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, I like French. I mean, French is a pretty language, but come on, let's get real. You don't see how you lived in Louisiana for as long as you did. Nola's worth a visit. Living in Louisiana takes a grit. Well, I was there for damn near 3 fucking years. 2 years and change. Well, no, it's actually longer than that. It's damn near 3 years. Fuck me. Unbelievable. You got a lot of family in Louisiana. I got a lot of friends in Louisiana. You getting out of there February 21st? That's cool, Meds. Glad to hear it. Another one escapes. I know the boys and their families are looking to move as well. Did you hear the singing of slave ghosts? What? No. No. No, I didn't hear the wail of tortured slave ghosts from the old Louisiana plantations. I haven't watched Star Trek Picard. To be honest with you, I don't care to. I'm like a Star Trek fan, but not a Trekkie. I haven't seen I've seen Star Trek, the original series. I've seen Star Trek, The Next Generation. I've seen all of the movies. And I've seen about a season of Deep Space Nine. And that's pretty much my experience with Star Trek. So I'm a fan, but I'm not a Trekkie. DS9 is the best. Okay. Whatever you say, partner. I know better than to get into arguments with Trekkies. I'm well aware that that's not a good thing to do. Which is the best to me? The original series, probably. I have more fun watching that show than I do watching The Next Generation. I liked The Next Generation better when I was a kid, but as an adult, having gone back through each of them at least once, I have found that the time that I spent with the original series was time that I enjoyed more. All right, so I'm going to end this because there's an electrician here to look at an issue with the house. So I'm going to let you guys go. Have a good one. Bye.